My in-laws are obsessed with me. Episode 11. Ever since the incident with Celsius, I worked hard to get used to life in the Grand Duke's manor. I must familiarize myself with the affairs of the house while the contract stands. And social connections matter too. I'm sure that'll come in handy later. Well, the servants in the dukedom were not happy with me as expected. Whenever I tried to engage in external affairs in particular, I was greeted with a sea of stunned faces. From their standpoint, a new, second, Grand Duchess is meddling in their business. I understand where they're coming from. But thankfully, Moulton has become even kinder to me since the incident, as if he hadn't been warm enough already. He's being a tremendous help. He must be concerned that I died for a moment. I'll ask him about the affairs back in my father's house once we grow closer. I also learned some new things. First, the residence has been owned by the Lapillians ever since they rose to become dukes, and the Grand Duke usually stays in their lands farther away. The residence in the capital is managed by the eldest Moulton son. Bach and the Grand Duke usually communicate via letters. But with how frequently the Emperor is calling on him, the Grand Duke is currently staying in the capital. He has often summoned to the palace, not coming back till late at night, possibly for reasons stemming from his marriage with me. Is he getting scolded? Hard to say. Second, none of the servants know about the Lapillian's curse. Bach and only a select few of his house's direct descendants know of it. And Bach's youngest daughter recently became a knight of the Grand Dukedom. He said she brought honor to his family, and he seemed so happy about it. Third, the Grand Duke seems serious about studying me. He periodically sends a doctor to collect my blood. I wonder if my blood will lead to any discoveries. I still fail to understand why their poison doesn't work on me. I can't even ask the Grand Duke about it, as he always comes back late at night. Late again. And there was a shocking discovery too. The couch here is much softer than even the bed back home. Sleeping on the couch is just fine. I must learn as much as possible during my stay here. Everything is going to be fine as long as I don't run into my family. Besides, memories of the nightmare are almost fading away. If I try hard enough, I'll be able to manage the Count's house on my own when the contract is up. And I wouldn't have to worry about these problems anymore.
Your Grace. Guests have come seeking an audience with you.
Call us if you need anything.
I only let them unless it's set tongues wagging, but I'm sure they're here to talk about my uncle, who is representing me. With him around, they can't go to the main building, nor can they splurge on anything. Plus, Schiff must have been very upset after I turned him away like that. He lost his chance to be an imperial knight and get his hands on my fortune. Even though I'm safe in the Duke's house, no one knows what they're capable of. They did try to murder me, after all. I mustn't let my guard down. So, what can I do for you?
Parashady. I'm sorry. That day when you left, I thought long and hard about what I may have done wrong. I should have taken better care of you. You were already distraught after what happened to your father. I fear I may have only made it worse. And as your mother, I should have congratulated you on your marriage. I'm so sorry.
Is this an act? This must be her attempt to catch me off guard. I must leave. I'm sorry, but
Mother. Shasha. Are you all right?
Oh, this is nothing. What about you, darling? Are you all right? Are you hurt? Shall I call for a doctor? Let's at least get this cleaned up. Reina, call the maids.
All right. In that moment, the self-doubt I'd been ignoring began to grow. I'm the only one who knows that I've traveled back in time. And when I woke up, I knew I had been murdered. I was furious. But that was just because everything seemed to be repeating. But what if that was all just coincidence? Everyone is warm and kind, just as I remember them. What if I'm wrong about all of it? Am I certain that I'm not hallucinating? What if it's just a nightmare that visits me every night? After all, traveling back in time. That's simply impossible.
Did you see the Grand Duchess's family who came to visit?
I did. Well, they spoke gracefully and all, but the looks on their faces, are all nobles like that?
Why do you ask?
Well, they looked ready to go to war. It's like they came to see a foe, not family.
Then the rumors must be true.
What rumors?
You know, the Grand Duchess kicked her family out to be the sole heir to her father's fortune.
But why? She's the Grand Duchess.
Well, she wasn't back then. And look what's happening now. It's only been a few days since her marriage, yet she's already nosing around where she doesn't belong. She might have an ulterior motive. They say she seduced His Grace with her beauty.
Now that you mention it, His Grace used to have separate rooms with his former wife. Not to mention the consummation. I guess we could say she defeated the princess too. That's quite something.
Indeed.
What do you mean by that?
My lord,